Welcome back to this week's Trader Joe's haul. This one's another great haul. So many fun finds, plus some seasonal things that came back in this week, and I'm so excited to share. So let's get right into this week's Trader Joe's haul.
Katie Hespe.
I'm gonna start it off with the one and only frozen item I got this week. It's the Spanish style rice. Can't leave without it. Just finished my last bag this week, so needed a restock. It's a staple that's in my freezer at all times. I also really was excited to grab the spinach and ricotta raviolini. This is the favorite amongst Benson and Tim. They love this, so I grabbed this, and I am going to use pesto for the sauce. So I typically make my own pesto, and I looked to see the basil, and it just looked terrible. Almost all the leaves were black in every one of the clamshells, so I opted to gasp buy a pre-made pesto, which I'm going to show you in a second. But this is a really good one. If you have kids that like small bites that you don't have to cut up, this is perfect because they're already little mini for you. So a little parent tip right there. Also, look what came back in. The sweet corn burrata and basil ravioli. This is one of my favorite summertime yummy raviolis. I love this with the bruschetta, or bruschetta. If you are somebody that likes kind of that summery, fresh tasting pasta, this is it right here. It's seasonal, so it's only here for a limited time. If you have not tried it, I share it every single year because it is one of those just go-tos that I grab and I really enjoy. And these are both found in the refrigerated section, not the frozen section. Moving along to a new coffee. So this is the Organic Colombia and Nye. It's a fair trade small lot coffee. It's a medium roast. What really caught my eye, it says it has notes of dark chocolate and red fruits. Sounds so incredible. I cannot wait to bust into this coffee. Tim and I both really enjoy our cup of coffee in the morning, so this is something I know we'll both be looking forward to. And of course, could not leave the store without my savory squares. I absolutely love these vegan cheddar crackers. Now, I don't keep them vegan. I actually do put cheese on them, but if you are vegan, this is a great option for you if you want something that tastes cheesy. I think these are better than Cheez-Its in my opinion. So if you're somebody that hasn't tried them, give them a try. Now, some people don't like them either, but we all have our own tastes, and that's mine. I love this. Moving on to some summer goodies. They've finally brought out the big clamshell of the blackberries, the organic ones at least. I know they always have the conventional ones, but the organic are sometimes hard to find in the bigger containers, and Benson absolutely loves these. Actually, my garden is growing blackberries, but they're not quite ripe yet, so I am counting down the days for myself to pick some of those ripe blackberries and be able to munch on them fresh from the garden. Now, speaking of fruit here, we've got a brand new fruit leather, and it is sour apple watermelon. You know we'll be trying this in the taste test because I'm curious to see how sour it is. It's probably more sweet than sour, but you never know with Trader Joe's. Sometimes they surprise you with some of these things, but I'm excited to try it, and I'm sure some of your kids will be excited to have them in their lunch or on a road trip, or if you're an adult that likes these, which I'm raising my hand right now because I do, these are perfect to throw in your purse, in a gym bag, on a hike, whatever, and just get like a little sweetness. It looks so good. I love the packaging, by the way, too. The hot pink and the blue is just perfect for summer. Moving on to some veggies, I got some zucchini that I'm gonna chop up and put in with this because I always use tons of veggies when I make any type of pasta just to get our veggies in. I also got some more cucumbers. These are just a staple for us, as well as the organic Radiatore of Many Colors pasta. Again, another staple that we have all the time. My son loves these chocolate chip bars, so these go in his lunch, and he only has 2 weeks left of school, so I only have to buy these for 2 more weeks. Just kidding. He'll probably want them all summer long too until he gets sick of them because that's what kids do. Now, I am so excited for this to come back. This is the Toscano cheese crunchy chili onion. I believe I showed you guys it last week. We ate it, so I got another one because it's just so tasty, and I'm surprised to say my son actually really liked this. It was not spicy, so if you have kids that like to try new things and have interesting palates to try new things, this is a good one to have them check out and try. One of my favorite seasonings of all time, ever invented, ever made, is the Aglio Olio seasoning blend. It's the garlicky and spicy, not so spicy really, but I add this to every single pasta dish I make. I'm not kidding, every single one, including the one that I'll be making with this. Even though I use pesto, I still enjoy sprinkling a little bit of this for extra flavor. It is so good. Got some garbanzo beans, and then something exciting, a new item at Trader Joe's is the hard top chocolate shell topping. So this forms like a shell of chocolate over your ice cream, which is, it throws me back to Dairy Queen. We used to go to Dairy Queen and get the like hard shell ice cream, and I loved that as a kid. So I'm excited to try this. We'll definitely be tasting this in the taste test this week and letting you guys see for yourselves how it hardens before your eyes. And yeah, I'm excited to try it. Just kind of nostalgic for me and brings me back to my childhood. Got some Alfredo. This is just another staple that I keep in my pantry at all times. Sorry about the lighting, guys. It is like midday and my plants are swaying in the wind. I also got Benson some more watermelon juice because I've already said it's his favorite. And another favorite of Benson's is stone fruit. So these peaches smell so incredible. I have been dying to buy peaches at Trader Joe's. They've had them for probably a month and a half, but every time I go, I always do the smell test. I suggest you do the same. If they don't smell like anything, and in fact, last week, I smelled a bag that smelled like chemicals, and it totally turned me off to buying them. This week, these are new, the Coachella Valley peaches. I gave it a sniff and oh my gosh, they smell so good. So of course, they went straight into my cart because that tells me that they are ready. Use your senses to shop for fruit. I'm telling you, it is a game changer to find sweet, juicy fruit as opposed to flavorless, hard, yucky fruit. Okay, so this is the pesto I was talking about. This is the refrigerated one. Trader Joe's sells several shelf-stable ones as well, like a lemon one, a regular one, and I think they have like a walnut one. They also have a vegan pesto that's refrigerated. I opted for this one for the boys because they like the flavor of like, I guess, the more authentic pesto in their eyes, but I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna be nearly as good as my homemade pesto. Got some sour cream just to have on hand, chicken uncured bacon ranch dip for the hubby because he absolutely loves this. And now let's check out two brand new products. I'm gonna bring them down here so we can really take a good look. So the first one is this spicy mango habanero guacamole. I cannot wait to try this. I think it's gonna be hopefully spicy because it says habanero. But I will tell you guys in the taste test how it is. Here are the nutrition facts for you guys as well as the ingredient list. I'm really looking forward to trying this and seeing if it tastes like mango because a few weeks back when we did a taste test, we tried the new salsa, or it was like a pico de gallo, but it had pineapple and mango in it and it just didn't have much flavor. So I'm hoping this one has a little bit more of that mango flavor since they pureed it into the guacamole. Now on to another new dip at Trader Joe's. We've got the roasted tomato lebne, and look, it shows me how to pronounce it, so don't come for me in the comments. This is what it says. A creamy and tangy cheese made from strained yogurt, used as a dip, spread, or topping. I've tried this before. I think Trader Joe's carried something similar to this years back. And I remember really liking this, so I'm very, very excited to try this in the taste test, let you guys know how it tastes. And I'm always looking forward to something I can dip bread into. It's one of my favorites. So we'll definitely be giving you guys a great review on this. Hopefully it's really delicious. Of course, I needed some tortilla chips to try with the new habanero guac, so I grabbed the blue corn. This is our favorite, and it goes pretty much with anything, and it's a great summertime or all-around chip. Okay, let's get into my absolute most excited seasonal thing that's back for the summer. It's gotta be the Patio potato chips. Obviously, I bought two. This is just a starter pack for me. If you guys don't know, last year, I think it's the warehouse or the manufacturer burnt down, and so they did not, they were not able to produce any more of the chips for last year, but I'm happy to say they are back this year, and I hope they taste the same. I'm just so excited. I cannot wait, and I think I'm gonna try these in the taste test. If you don't know about these, they're basically a mix of sea salt and vinegar, dill chips, ketchup, and smoke and sweet barbecue flavored chips. They're all mixed, and it is the best chip if you like that really tangy, lots of flavor, very vinegary chip. This is it, and it is flavorful. So if you're somebody that doesn't like a lot of flavor, then skip it, but I'm telling you right now, favorite chip of all time. I absolutely love these, and I was so sad last year when, well, I was sad for the factory that it burned down, but I'm happy that they're back up and running. So woohoo for me and for all of you that are excited to see them back as well. Now, we couldn't have tried the hard-coated chocolate without having ice cream. So I'm doubling down on the fudge, guys. I got the fudgy cookie dough ice cream. I typically would not buy this, but it's for the taste test, of course, and this is like one of the best ice creams. I know Tim is gonna be so excited, but also mad because we're trying to be healthy and not eat so much, you know, sugar and stuff like that. But you only live once, and it's all about balance, so I'm really looking forward to the chocolate shell coating on top of this. Okay. So you guys have been talking about the meatball calzone in the comments, and I finally found it. This one will be a Tim trying food, but it's the meatball calzone. This is in the refrigerated section near all the salads and the wraps and things. This is heavy. I'm like, this is a brick, guys. So if you're looking forward to something that's probably pretty filling, I imagine this is pretty filling because it's pretty big. I would say it's like, I don't know, a 9-inch like calzone. That's a guess, but I think it's a good guess. Here's the back for the nutrition facts. It's funny to me that they say a serving size is a third of a calzone. Like, who's gonna buy this and be like, I'm gonna have a third? Well, maybe some of you guys will. Tim would laugh at that. That's hilarious. This is a full meal for him, and I think he's gonna be really excited to try this because it's different. And like I said, it feels pretty hearty, and he likes to eat. So there you go. I also got some more onions just to restock, as well as the garlic. I always make food like dinners, and garlic and onions are almost in every meal I make, so these are a staple. I finally picked up a basil. I'm a little late in my gardening game for the basil, but I always pick one of these up during the summer, and then I plant it, or I should say spring, and I plant it in my garden, and I get such a great amount of basil throughout the summer. And if I'm lucky, it'll come back, but it usually never does. So I use this to make pesto and caprese and things like that. But I love fresh basil, and there's nothing like it in your garden. So this is going to be planted. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't have a garden, or you want to keep it in your house, I'm going to give you a tip. If you water directly in here, the roots will rot, the stems start to turn black and wither away. I highly recommend putting it in like a shallow dish on the bottom, watering the dish, and they suck it up from the roots, and that will keep your basil alive and well for a long time. Basil likes a lot of water, so I would say check on it every day. If it's sucking it up quite fast and the leaves are wilting, give it more water later on in the day too, just in that bottom little dish that you put it in. But I've had such success in the house doing that. Otherwise, it's the happiest in a garden, planted and amongst its friends. So there's that. Now, what's the Trader Joe's haul without some beer? 2 new hazies that I saw came in this week. This is the Blended Reality by Mother Earth, and then a Captain Surf Hazy IPA from the Coronado Brewing Company. I'm not sure if we're gonna do a taste test for these. If you guys care or not, let me know. I could go either way. I love trying beer for you guys, but I know a lot of you would rather see wine, and I didn't really see anything catch my eye. There were a couple of things in the Fearless flyer this week that were on display at Trader Joe's. One was like a tangerine sparkling wine, but I looked at it and I feel like that would be way too sweet for me, so I opted not to get it. But if you're somebody that likes sweet wine, check out that tangerine sparkling, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the Fearless flyer. It's in there. And then another staple item I grabbed is the jasmine rice. This is just always in my pantry at all times. I make rice often too for dinner, so this is always nice to have, and I had just run out of it. Do you see what I see? Sparkling guava juice beverage. This is my favorite of all the sparklings that come in. This stayed around for literally, I feel like 2 weeks last year, and I was so bummed because it is by far the best, in my opinion, sparkling beverage. I think Tim still stands by his watermelon, but the guava is just so insanely good, and we tried that new guava spread in the last taste test, so maybe I'll just throw one of these cans in just for funsies, even though we've taste tested it before. But it's just my excuse to have one on camera with you guys. So if you haven't tried it, highly, highly recommend this if you like guava. Got my dogs some peanut butter sticks because these are their favorite. I also just grabbed some of these little potatoes. These are great for just an easy dinner. Throw it into the air fryer. I'll cut them like in half. Big ones I cut in fourths. Just a little olive oil, salt, pepper, sometimes some Parmesan. It's like the easiest thing as a side, and it's really satisfying and filling. I also add these to salads too. So just some fun ideas to make your food interesting, I guess. Now, this is not the same pack we bought last week, obviously, since we taste tested them. And obviously, Tim devoured these in 2 days, and there were none left. In fact, he had one for breakfast, and then he had another one for dinner. So he is loving these so much, and he's making his egg sandwiches with them. If you missed the taste test last week, highly recommend you watch it to see how he makes them, because, oh my gosh, so dang delicious. And I think, like I said, this is gonna be in our rotation now because he loves them so much. In fact, I should have bought 2 and froze the other one. These do come in frozen, by the way, so if you want to request a frozen pack, you can do that, and if they have any left in the back, they can give you one, so you can just throw it right into your freezer and never let it defrost. But yeah, super, super delicious. Highly recommend those new pretzel buns. Also grabbed our favorite organic tortillas. These are a staple in our house. We make so many burritos, breakfast burritos, regular bean and cheese and rice burritos, all kinds of burritos. These are the best. They're soft and have a really good flavor. Got some pretzel slims. This is Tim's preferred mode of transportation for these. And then I got some sourdough, and that is the haul. I really look forward to this week's taste test, especially for the dips. I think those are my 2 favorites that I'm looking most forward to. And if you guys are excited for the taste test, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. La 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 do 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 la 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 do do.